If you're 20 and want to get rich, listen up, because what I'm about to tell you could save you years of financial struggle. Seriously, I swear, it can change everything. And if you're 30, 40, or even 50, don't worry, you'll find what you're looking for here too. I remember, when I opened my first investment account, I was completely lost. Like, I was looking at all these numbers, these graphs, and I was like, but, do they speak Chinese or what? Honestly, at that moment, I would have given up right away if someone hadn't guided me. And I'm not even talking about my first stock purchase. Honestly, if I had known that at 25, I would have laughed and cried at the same time. That's why I wanted to make this video for you. Because investing isn't just about putting money somewhere and waiting. No. There's a time for everything, a strategy for every age. And if you know it, you increase your chances of success. At 20, time is working for you. At 30, diversification is what counts. At 40, you start to consolidate. And at 50, you especially want to secure and pass on what you've built. And trust me, it's not just theories. I'm going to talk to you about concrete things, pitfalls to avoid, little tricks I wish I'd known myself. And I promise, no academic blah blah, no perfect sentences that make you want to sleep. We're going to talk straight, with humor, with pauses, as if we were chatting over coffee. So sit back, take a deep breath, and get ready to discover how to invest according to your age, so that your money works for you and not the other way around. Because at the end of the day, the best time to invest was yesterday. And the second best time is now. Okay? Before we dive into age-appropriate strategies, we need to talk about bases. Because investing without understanding at all is like going on a road trip without GPS. You never know where you'll end up. And believe me, it can hurt. The first thing to understand, investing early is crucial. Why? Because time, my friend, is your best ally. Even a small amount set aside at 20 can become enormous at 40 or 50 thanks to something called capitalization. Think of your money as a plant. You plant it young, you water it a little each month, and it eventually grows into a huge tree. You plant it at 40. Well, you have a pretty plant, but less shade to protect you from the sun. Next, you have to grasp the simple yet powerful concepts. Return, risk, diversification, inflation. Does that mean anything to you? Come on, let's simplify. Yield, it's what your money gets you. Simple. Risk, it is the possibility of losing. Don't be afraid. The greater the potential gain, the greater the risk. Diversification, it's not putting all your eggs in one basket. Like, you don't put everything into one action, otherwise if it falls, you fall with it. Inflation, it's the silent thief. Your money loses value if you let it sit in your account. Frankly, it stings. And here, a little aside, I have a friend who started investing at 30. Do you think he was panicking? Yes and no. He bet everything on a single tech company. Result, boom, it goes up, boom, it goes down. He called me in a panic at 2 a.m. I'm going to lose everything. We laughed, but it cost him a lot in sleep and stress. Moral, diversify, always diversify. To make it concrete, imagine it as a forest. Every tree equals an investment. If you only have one, a fire, and everything goes up in smoke. If you have 10, one burns down. You still have 9 standing, and your wallet is the same. In short, before diving in headfirst, remember this. Invest early, understand the return and risk, diversify. And don't forget inflation, and above all, keep a sense of humor. Because if you stress about every market fluctuation, you'll never sleep. And there, we start talking to invest according to your age. Get ready. It's going to be fun, practical, and yes, a little spicy too. Because every decade has its rules, and I'm going to show you how to ride the wave instead of getting swept away. So you're 20? Perfect. You know what? At that age, your secret weapon is team. Seriously. Time makes your money work like a motivated personal trainer 24/7 without ever complaining. And that's where the capitalization becomes magical. You put in a small amount each month, leave it alone, and boom. Years later, it's your account that makes you smile every time you log in. But be careful. Investing at 20 years old isn't just about sending money blindly. You have to take smart risks. Here we're talking stocks, ETFs, startups, crypto. Yes, it can seem intimidating, but remember, you can afford to test, to make mistakes, because you have time to catch up. Actions. Choose solid companies, ones you really understand. ETF. Ideal for diversifying without worrying. Startups. Exciting but ultra risky. Just put in a small part that you're willing to lose. Crypto. Fascinating, but seriously, be careful. Don't put your rent in there. Little practical advice. Start small and learn as you go. And read. The basics of investing. The history of the markets. The classic mistakes. Here's an anecdote. A friend of mine put all his money into a single crypto that he thought would be a future millionaire. Result? His portfolio went through a roller coaster. He cried one morning and laughed at night watching history repeat itself on other currencies. Moral: never put everything in one basket and keep your cool. And here, a little mental pause. Breathe. Imagine your money as a snowball on a hill. You start with a small pile, and each month you roll it a little more. And then, boom. Do you see the snowball effect? It grows all by itself. That's the power of time at 20. It doesn't matter if you won't be a millionaire tomorrow. What matters is that you start. Now. Not later. Honestly, at 20 you can afford to be bold. But bold doesn't mean stupid. You have to balance curiosity and caution. Make mistakes, yes, but learn from each one. And above all, have a little fun. Investing should be exciting, not stressful. So if you're 20 and you're listening to this, start today. Open an account, put some money in, pick an ETF or stock you understand. Read, educate yourself, talk to people who know. And every time you see your little amount grow, you'll understand why time, at your age, is your best friend. And trust me, when you're 30 or 40, you'll thank yourself. But for now, let your money grow, be patient, and have fun with the magic of compounding. Okay? You're 30. Your approach needs to evolve. Because now, time is still on your side. But you're starting to feel that mistakes are more costly. At 20, you could afford to take crazy risks, to put $1 into a stock that seemed promising. But at 30, your portfolio deserves a little more security and reflection. The main objective now is to consolidate what you have already built and of diversify intelligently. There's no point in betting everything on a single type of investment. You have to spread your money across different vehicles: stable stocks, ETFs, bonds, real estate, and even funds that offer a more consistent return. You know what I mean? It changes everything. Because if one option falls, the other holds the helm, and your portfolio doesn't capsize. At 30, you can also start thinking about real estate. Whether it's a small apartment to rent, a shared apartment, or even a real estate fund, REIT. It's an excellent way to generate passive income and secure your future. And stable funds. They allow you to sleep soundly at night. Because yes, after 30, you don't necessarily want to spend your nights stressing about market volatility. I admit, at 30, I was tempted to put everything into the stock market, to follow the hot tips on the internet, to jump on the crypto of the moment. Bad idea. Honestly, I lost a few nights and a few euros because of that. Moral, always balance risk and security. And a little friendly advice. If you can afford to invest in what really speaks to you, do it. But never at the expense of your stability. And here, a quick mental break. Think of your money as a garden. When you were 20, you planted seeds. Now you have to water, weed, and add new plants for variety. You want your garden to grow lush, not just survive. Each plant echoes a different strategy. Each watering echoes a consistent effort. And honestly, it's rewarding to see your garden thrive. You feel in control, you know? Also, take the time to continue to train yourself. Read up on investing. Talk to experts and network with knowledgeable friends. At 30, that's when your experience starts to pay off. Mistakes hurt less if you know how to anticipate them. And stay bold, because even if you're secure, you can explore more exciting options, just with a safety net. So if you're 30 and you're listening to this, take a step back, look at your portfolio, diversify, secure what you can, and dare to invest in solid, smart options. Your future self will thank you. And most importantly, don't forget to breathe. Investing in your 30s is less of a mad dash and more of a thoughtful marathon. And trust me, when you reach 40, you'll see that every well-thought-out decision today will make a huge difference. 40, that's when things get serious. Because at this point, you really start to feel like your financial choices today are going to impact your comfort and peace of mind in the years to come. Honestly, at 40, you want things to be smooth sailing. No stress. You want to sleep at night without wondering if your money is melting away or yo-yoing. The main objective now is the financial security and the preparation for retirement. We leave unnecessary risks aside. We favor investments that generate passive income and are solid over time. Stable stocks, bonds, rental properties, and even some diversified funds which offer a regular and predictable return. Do you see the principle? We consolidate what works, we secure what is fragile, and we continue to grow intelligently. A little anecdote to illustrate. A friend started investing seriously in real estate and dividend funds at the age of 40. The result? Today, he has a stable supplemental income every month, and he can afford to focus on his projects without stressing about money. The bottom line? Every euro well invested at 40 counts enormously. Let's talk about concrete examples to make it clearer. Balanced portfolio. 50% stable stocks and diversified ETFs, 30% bonds or low-risk funds, 20% real estate or funds generating passive income. Another approach, 40% stocks, 40% bonds, 10% real estate, 10% cash to take advantage of opportunities. And here, a little mental break. Breathe. You still have time, but you have to act. Every month that passes without a strategy is a month lost for your future comfort. So make the right decisions now, even small ones, and it will make a huge difference in 10 or 15 years. At 40, you also have to think about the diversification prudente. We're not talking about betting everything on a single asset or trend. Markets fluctuate, life changes. But if you have multiple sources of income and solid investments, you're protected against the unexpected. And trust me, That feeling of security is priceless. Frankly, at 40, investing becomes a subtle art. You still want to grow, but you also want to protect what you've already built. This isn't the time to chase quick gains. This is the time to breathe, plan, and invest smartly. And the best part? If you were serious in your 20s and 30s, your foundations are there. And everything you do now multiplies the effect of what you've already built. So at 40, stop procrastinating, structure your portfolio, secure your investments, and think about passive income. Your future self will thank you. And remember, age isn't a hindrance. It's a guide to knowing how to invest smarter. At 50, I swear, you no longer have time to do stupid things. But you still have plenty of possibilities. Because at this stage, the main objective changes a little. Security, transmission, and avoiding significant losses. You want to enjoy your money, yes, but without getting stressed every time the market drops. And above all, you want to leave something behind, whether for your family or for your personal projects. At 50, the golden rule is to favor stable investments and generators of regular income. We often talk about obligations, the rental property, the dividend stocks or off-low risk-diversified funds. The goal? Make your money work for you while limiting unpleasant surprises. You want to sleep soundly at night, not check your wallet every 5 minutes. Fun fact, at 52, my uncle began investing seriously in rental properties and dividend-paying stocks. The result? He now has a comfortable income, and his children are already benefiting from the financial foundation he laid. The bottom line? At 50, every decision counts. But with a little strategy, you can still do a lot for yourself and your loved ones. And here, mental pause. Take a deep breath. Visualize your wallet as amateur garden. The trees are big. Some fruit is already there. Now you just have to maintain, protect, and add a few new plants to enrich the harvest. No need to plant seeds blindly. You have the experience, the knowledge, and the prudence to choose what really works. Another tip: think about transmission. Some investments can be optimized for your heirs, others for philanthropic or personal projects. At this stage, investing is no longer limited to yourself. It's also about preparing a comfortable and secure future for others. You see? It gives your money an additional meaning. Honestly, investing after 50 is a delicate balance. You still want growth, but above all, stability and security. And believe me, that feeling of control and serenity is priceless. As Warren Buffett said, don't try to jump around with your money. Focus on what you understand and what's stable. At 50, this advice takes on its full meaning. So if you are 50 or older, focus on the preservation of your capital, passive income, and transmission. Diversify wisely, stay cautious, but continue to take advantage of every solid opportunity. And most importantly, breathe. You still have power in your decisions, and every thoughtful choice today will turn into peace tomorrow. So how old are you? 20? 30? 40? 50? It doesn't matter, because every age has its strategy, and every age has its moment to act. Let's recap what we saw together, so it sticks in your mind. If you're 20, your superpower is the time you can afford to take risks, to experiment, to make mistakes. Because capitalization does the work for you. You plant small seeds today, and years later, you harvest a gigantic tree. Start small, learn, have fun, learn, and let time work for you. At 30, it's time to consolidate and diversify. You keep the fire of youth, but you add caution. Diversify your portfolio, secure some investments, and perhaps get into real estate or stable funds. You continue to grow, but with a safety net that allows you to sleep easy. At 40, that's when things get serious. Your goal is preparation for the future, financial security, passive income, portfolio consolidation. You're playing less roulette and more of a mindful marathon. Every decision must count, and even small actions add up to create a huge impact in the years to come. Breathe. You still have time, but you have to act now. And at 50 and over, the watchword is preserve and transmit. You secure what you've built, generate a stable income, and begin to think about those who will come after you. Every thoughtful choice you make now, every stable investment, brings you closer to the financial peace of mind you deserve. So no matter your age, the message is simple. Act now. Don't let your financial dreams wait for a better time. Because the best time to invest was yesterday, and the second best time is now. And honestly, let me tell you something. No matter your experience or past mistakes, you can always take back control. Every little bit helps. Open that account, start that fund, diversify that portfolio, and watch your future transform. You have the power to create your financial security, build a strong future, and even leave a legacy. So how old are you? 20? 30? 40? 50? It doesn't matter. Get moving. Start. Take that small step today, and your future self will thank you. Because investing isn't just about money. It's about freedom, choice, and peace of mind. And trust me, when you wake up in a few years, you'll be glad you made that decision. So here we are. We've reached the end, and I want you to take away one thing above all: patience, discipline, and self-confidence. No matter your age, no matter your past mistakes, you still have the opportunity to take control of your financial future. It's not a race against others, it's a path that you build at your own pace, step by step. You see, we've all been there. I was lost at 20, I made mistakes. I lost a little money, I doubted myself. But every time I started over with a little more knowledge and a little more strategy, it ended up paying off. And you can do it too. What matters is to start, to stay consistent, and to believe that every little bit counts. Investing is not just about putting money away, it is take care of your future, give you choices, give you freedom. It's an act of trust in yourself and in time. Even if you feel lost, even if the market scares you, remember that every thoughtful action, every decision you make, brings you closer to your goal. So, no matter your age, the time to invest is now. It doesn't matter if you're 20 or 50, start today. Because in the end, your future self will thank you. And every little step you take now becomes a step towards serenity, security, and financial freedom.